Hello, guys. Welcome back to TNT Jet Insight. I'm your host, Uzamaka Harrison. Today, we're going to be discussing about preparing for nursing schools and clinicals and tips and tricks and how to be able to do that and be successful at that. Okay. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you, even as I break down the tips that I wrote down, I'll give examples of how I personally use them and what worked for me, and it could work for you. And at the end of the video, if you found it helpful, you make sure that you subscribe and like and share. The first thing first, while you're preparing for nursing school, is to ask yourself, is nursing school for me? Is it really what I want to do with my life? And if that's really what you want to do with your life, then this is where you need to be. This is the channel for you. And even if you're studying at any other course and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I plan? This is also for students who are in school and any other field of study, okay? But I'm making this for nurses because I'm a nurse. But every other person can also benefit from that. Another thing that people confuse about nursing preparation to nursing school is, which school am I going to go? I want to go to Ivy League school. All the schools are good. If you find an Ivy League school and you can afford it, you go. It gives you good connection. All of the people don't go to Ivy school per se because they are more smarter than every other person, or, no. There are people in Ivy League school that they are not smart. And there are people who are going to colleges and they are way better. Okay? So to me, as a person, it's not about going to Ivy League school, and it's not going to college. It's about getting the quality of education that you need. If you have an opportunity to go to an Ivy League school, fire on, go and learn, connect with people, learn whatever you can learn from people, because all people from all walks of life, important people, wealthy people, people with the connect, they all come to the school. So many activities for you to do, okay? That will help you as a young person going through life, or an older person going through life, no matter the age you might be going through school, right? So to me as a person, the nursing school 1 or 10 does not matter. Because at the end of the day, when you're looking for a job, nobody's going to ask you, did you go to so school or that school? Nobody cares. All they ask you is, did you pass your NCLEX? Period. Do you have uncumbered license or non-uncumbered license? No or yes? Do you have felonies? These are the things they ask you. Nobody asks you, which school did you attend? No one asks. All my time of looking for a job, even on big jobs, like big hospitals, no one ever asked me, which school did you attend? The only time the question came up in an interview is more like, what kind of experience did I have with my school? But no one is going to say, I will give you a job because you went to school. No. It's not about the school you went to. It's about the quality of education that you have got and the quality of a personality that you are, and that you can deliver the job when given to you. So let's fire on. I always tell people that in nursing school, or anything that you do in general, you need to learn to work smart and not hard. You see, working hard entails in you spending long hours into achieving a particular goal, because working hard focuses on quantity than quality. It leads to burnout if you're not careful. You get so overwhelmed, you're burned out, and you can't repeat that process again. You're tired, you just give up. But working smart encourages effectiveness in strategies. It encourages efficiency. You analyze your goals. You find strategies that work. It's dependable. You can repeat it. It becomes a pattern. So that's the two major difference between working hard and working smart. So in nursing school, you have to figure out how to work smart and not hard. Because when you plan, that's being efficient, that's being effective in order to produce quality study time, quality success. First and foremost thing is effective study habit. You have to have a very effective study habit. In nursing school, we cover a lot of topics. Amount like is vast. You can't even finish it. So you have to develop a plan how to work. You have to divide, like, let's say your classes, you have to study every day. And let's say you study like pharmacology, you're taking a pharmacology class and maybe with another class. You can say, oh, Monday I'll do my pharmacology, Tuesday I'll do med surg. You know, you have days and you break down your materials into chunks. Don't just like study, like wait for like until the end of the semester or end of the week or the very close to your exam week a day to start studying. You're going to cram and you're going to forget. But when you have a study plan where you break down things, your materials, the way you understand, it helps you to be able to, you know, grab. There's a time like when I studied pharmacology, I broke down my medications into like, okay, what are the medications for the for blood pressure, medications for this, medications for that. That's how I kind of put my things in different areas as we studied. And then in that way, I'm able to know, oh, this is for the heart, this is for this, and then beta blockers, channel blockers. That's how I was able to learn in chunks, because I just learn in chunks. And I think a lot of students, you know, actually learn in chunks like that. And it's very beneficial. You just can't miss it when you learn this way. Okay, don't try to wait until it's the end of your semester or towards the exam time to like try to cram everything. You are going to get burnt out. So effective study habit is very good. And yes, when you are going to nursing school, one of the major things about nursing school is that even medical school or any other field that is very, very tasking and very demanding, most times you're going to see yourself losing friends. It's not because they hate you, it's not because you hate them. It's just that you don't have really much time to really like spare, because you have to really, you know, have to manage your time. That's what we talk about, time management. So when you have developed this effective study habits, another thing you have to do is to active learning skills. This is where you have to, maybe you're the type of person that you learn by like flashcards. You can make your own flashcards. You can, you know, write things the way you just, you know, remember that, right? When you make flashcards, you're able to understand like maybe definitions of stuff. You can make like definition of this, that. You put it in small like flashcards, and that way you can just get it every day, like, you know, review those things, and then you're able to remember. Some other people, like one of the places that during nursing school that people use, I used to see, is Level Up RNs. They have really nice flashcards. I didn't know about them that much when I was in nursing school. I knew about them when I studied for my NCLEX, and they were really helpful, especially when I studied for my fundamentals of nursing. You know, to refresh my mind with that. Level Up RN really helped me a lot with that. And also, you can also do like teach backs. You know, you can, like me, I listen. Sometimes I record my teachers teaching in class, because they allow us. I'm a very visual person. I'm very pictorial. So I will record in class. I will ask my teacher for permission, and then I'll ask my classmate. They'll say, oh, it's okay for me to record. Then I'll record the class lecture. I actually record with my phone, like video, and I'll put it on the board. And then after I'm done, I'll upload it on my YouTube channel, and I will share the link with my classmates. And he started helping everybody. And every day I come to class, hey, where is your tripod? And then it became a thing. And once class is over, everybody start asking me for the link. So I had everybody's like phone number. So once I upload it to my YouTube channel at the time, but it was a private link, so I would just take the link and send to each and everyone in class, and they will listen to that. And it's just how most of us learned in class at the time. That was how it was helpful to I was doing it for myself, but other people started to benefit from that, because a lot of times our teachers are too fast, like reading all those things, like. So that's my own way of listening over and over and over. I'm washing my plates, I'm listening, I'm cleaning the house, I'm doing chores, I'm driving, I'm always listening to that, to the point that it beats into my head, right? And then after a while, maybe let's say I've listened all day, maybe in the evening I'm just resetting, I'll start to repeat those things to myself. Oh, this said that. I start to teach myself back. And sometimes other people enjoy study groups. Some people are very good. Me, personally, I don't do well with study group. I don't know how to study with people. I like to just study on my own. That's just how I learn. Some people like study group where they come together, brainstorm, teach each other, you know, stuff like that. I've never really done well with study group, because for me, I understand, like when I joined a study group before, when I got in there, it felt like everybody was on like different levels of learning. So if this person is too smart or they already got it, that person hasn't got it yet. Everybody, before you know it, you are lost. So I rather sit in my house, study in my own time, and I grab. And then when people are talking, I might just listen in and like, oh, do you know this? I can say that. But if it's like a study group, it's not. I don't know how to do it. It hasn't really worked for me yet. So I really didn't engage much in study group, but flashcard, listening to audios, recording my teachers in class while they were teaching, and listening to that over and over again. That's what I was very, very good for me, and teach back and all of that. So other sites I also found very helpful in nursing school was a registered nurse RN. She's very good. It's just that sometimes she writes on the board a lot, so sometimes everything she writes on the board makes my brain go chaotic. And then I discovered nurse Mike, and he was my perfect one just because he's very pictorial. Like I'm very visual. I'm a visual learner. So when he put like pictures and stuff like that, I remember. Sometimes this dude will even like sing with some like nursing uh, medications, or stuff like that. Just it's really, really cool. I really liked him. I also discovered him very close to my NCLEX and stuff like that. But most of the studying was more like me doing like my own flashcards and study questions. I love questions. Questions will help you a lot. I love questions. That's how I learned. I would just do like, but once I'm done studying, like I'm just exhausted. I don't want to study anymore. I start doing questions and questions, and I do a whole lot of questions, right? Because I know that a lot of times I know the material, but the question, I find it hard to answer questions. So I started learning how to answer questions. And in nursing school, you may not have all that time, but during my NCLEX, I did a lot of questioning. You have to learn how to answer questions, what they're asking, what the answer is, and stuff like that. Another thing I want to also say is to plan for your clinical hours. Clinical, it's kind of very demanding, especially when you have a full-time job, because you have to go for your clinical hours, you have to still go for your job and stuff like that. So, but while you're preparing for clinicals, I think one of the best thing that I would advise is when you get to your clinicals, dress appropriately. Don't make yourself look so out of the equation, like you come to very unkept, tardiness and stuff like that. They say no, 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 don't do that. It really says bad about you. And just be there on time. When you get there, they tell you, oh, this is a patient you're going to see. Make sure you go, because they give time. You go and like look at your patient's chart, see their reviews, like what their diagnosis and stuff like that. If you're able to diagnose the patient, understand what they're going, it helps you. And while you're in school, familiarize yourself with medications. It will help you a lot in clinical. I'm serious. It will help you a lot, a whole lot. It will help you, because when you're doing that during the clinical, clinical is more like your theory is not meeting your practice. All that thing you're learning as a theory, memorizing, cramming, all of those things, and trying to learn and retain. This is where the practice is. Okay, I know sometimes some of our clinicals can be somewhat boring. You do something because hospitals don't allow us to do so much sometimes, depending on the units where you are at, right? During my clinic, I was allowed to pass meds with the guidance of my preceptor, I would say. So she will get it out of the pixies, and then she will show us how to get it out, how to, dispense, and then we'll go and give the patients and stuff like that. So that it was very, very helpful. Again, during the clinicals, if you learn diagnosis and read your patient's chart before your shift will start, or before you go see the patient, to understand what's going on with them, why they're here, what brought them in, what's going on, do they have other commodities and stuff like that. It will help you to kind of narrow it down, to be able to understand what you're doing. And in no time, all those things that you have been studying will start to make sense to you. That's how it kind of worked out for me at the end of the day. And another thing I would say, it builds a critical thinking too, especially with this new NCLEX now that is happening, where it requires a heavy lot of critical thinking. where you have to have notes and stuff like that, and then you have to diagnose, see this, see that, like the format. This is why England decided to go that route, because they feel like a lot of nurses who are coming out does not have enough of critical thinking. So they feel like if they put this style of examination, it's going to help people to start to think deep, not just memorize it, but understand why this is happening, which is important, to everyone, on every nurse, doctors, and anyone in healthcare. So I would also say again is in the place of time management. Time management is one of the biggest things that many of us as students, fight with. Okay, time to be with my family, time to be with my husband, with my kids, to go to shopping, and then what time do I have, to study? But again, nursing school comes with a whole lot of sacrifice. It's not for the weak, I would say. Medical school is not for the weak. There are other courses or field of studies that when you go into those field of study, it's not for the weak. You have to make a lot of sacrifices right like from the beginning. If you don't make such kind of sacrifice, so kind of, you may never be able to achieve anything. When I went to nursing school, unfortunately, I didn't have no friends, literally. The only friends I had or talked to were people that were also in nursing school, but not in my school. So I didn't have any friend. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't know nobody, in nursing school. It was very lonely for me in nursing school. I only started to meet people when I was sick at the time and I had to leave. And then I came back the next semester and I met some friends from Ghana who were in my class. And it felt, I was happy to meet those people, because it kind of helped me a whole lot, to have conversations with them, discuss materials, like some things I didn't understand in class. I can, ask them, oh, did you understand this portion of the question? Did you understand this portion of the assignment? And it was very, very, very helpful for me. So time management is very, very good. Break down your time, your time, like, okay, this is what I have to be doing today. Have a planner. Some schools hand out planners for free. If you don't have a planner, even right now, like today, see all my sticky notes on the table. This is some of the things I have to do. Okay, I write my sticky notes. I follow them even every day. Like my sticky note for today is that the things I have to do today after I have, so that at the end of the day, I feel like, oh, I had a very fulfilled day, right? So time management is very, very good, in the sense that you should break down everything that you have to do, and then do not overwhelm yourself. You have to set realistic goals. Don't try to do everything in one day. No. Put things in small, small portions. Don't say, I'm going to do this study, pharmacology study, anatomy, da. And one day, your mind will get overwhelmed. Take it, like break it down. This is what I'm going to do today. Tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. Don't try to study in bulk hours. Study in small, small hours. Because I didn't know some of these tips and tricks while I was in nursing school, I had to study for so much hours when I did my NCLEX, because I needed to cover a lot of material. And yes, even if you studied in nursing school and stuff like that, in my own opinion, I feel like a lot of things that we are taught in nursing school are more like basic. They don't really teach you how to pass NCLEX, or the kind of areas where NCLEX will focus on asking questions. But the basic things that you need to be able to succeed in NCLEX are what most nursing school, will teach you. The majority of the learning and being successful actually depends on that student when you take your when you take your NCLEX and then you move into your field. When you're planning your life or nursing school, while in nursing school, NCLEX and otherwise, you have to write your plans down. Set goals that are realistic. You have to prioritize those goals according to what is most important to the least important. And then you follow those goals like that. Do not deviate from that goal. Do not deviate from your time. You can see my sticky note at the back. I still use my plan to today. I still write plans every day, what I'm going to do every night. If I come back from work, I do everything I'm supposed to do. And then I write down, okay, what are my plans for tomorrow? I'm going to go to work. This is what I do. Or today I'm home. This is what I'm going to do. And then I pray and I go to bed. In the morning, my brain wakes up and I already know what I have to do. I'm not all over the place. I'm not going to watch movie and start binging on movies. When I have plans, leisure is the listing on my plan for the day. My leisure shouldn't come first in the morning. So when you're in nursing school, time management, you have to. Some like digital tools. Get a digital tool like apps on how to plan and manage your time. You can buy, even sometimes schools give them out for free where you can manually like write your goals. Oh, today is Monday. I'm going to study this. I'm going to do this at this time. It helps you to plan yourself. This, what planner does is to help you to prioritize everything that you have to do, and you follow them in order of important, so that you don't miss any, and then you don't feel overwhelmed and create unnecessary anxiety for yourself. That is why I'm a good student of planning. I love to plan, and I advise people to plan. For me, I feel like a life without a plan is like a life without a purpose. So you have to learn to plan. Don't go say, I'm going to go do this. Meeting friends is beautiful. It shouldn't be your priority. And of course, we talk about self-care, right? That's another tip we have to talk about. Self-care. We all want to, take rest, sleep well. Some people say, oh, you have to sleep for 8 hours a day for your brain to reset. For some people, they sleep 4 hours and they're fine. There are days I sleep for 16 hours the whole day. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sleep. And that's what I want to do for that day. But while in nursing school, I didn't sleep 16 hours any day. Hell no. But when I was done with nursing school, yeah, I can say, okay, today, you know what, I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sleep. I think there was a time when I was in nursing school, I did 16 hours sleep, but either once or twice, I was so not feeling well. But again, I don't have to sleep 8 hours for my body to feel rested. And you can catch like sleep in between too during the day. You have to try to live like healthy, exercise, because in nursing school, most of us don't have time. So one thing that happens in nursing school that most of us get obese because we sit one place. We only go to class, come back home, study, eat, go back to class. It's usually our life. I also added so much weight while I was in nursing school too. That's why I was in school when we're right now, wherever I say we're losing the nursing weight. Okay, we're doing challenges. Everybody's losing their nursing weight. All the weight you gain while in nursing school. That's funny, right? I know. So prioritize your time. Friends are beautiful things to have. While I was in nursing school, I lost a lot of friends to communication, because what was priority to me is to get to nursing school, finish and be successful and pass my NCLEX. And now we can sit at that table, because some of them were already successful in what they were doing. I need to get my own success too, so that in the future you won't look down on me and be like, hey, do you want to really invite her to come and be the beggar of the day? No, I don't want to be the beggar. I don't want to beg. I don't want to borrow. I want to be the giver. I want to have a life. Okay, so you have to ask yourself that. Do you want to be that person that once your friends see your call coming and everybody is having heart attack, or she's about to ask? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be a burden to nobody. So this is my priority. I set my priority that I don't mind losing people. But the people who truly love me or will love you will stay and understand your season. And everyone who loved me and still loves me, that understood my seasons, they are still with me. The ones that left it wasn't meant to be. And after nursing school, you have all the time to party if you love partying. You have all the time to travel the world if you love to travel. You have time to do everything, but get it first. That's your priority. That was my priority. Okay? So time management is important. Another thing is, exercising your lifestyle. Make sure that you're living self. Give yourself all the self-care, love, rest. Like I said earlier, rest and rest. If it's 4 hours, rest. If it's time management you're struggling with, reprioritize. You are good. Don't overdo it. When your brain is saturated, it can't take no more information. Drop it and go and sleep. Rest, watch movie. If you have kids, play with kids, your husband, your friends, go out, hang out, then come back home and restart again. But never ever miss your deadline for assignment. That's why you need a good planner. Because assignment, especially I went for accelerated nursing school, and everything was so fast. Every week you have about 3-4 assignments. There's no time. So if you're in that kind of program, you understand what I'm saying already. Okay? So I think it's ask questions. While I was in nursing school, I'm not timid. I was never timid. I was just kind of nervous in the sense that I didn't know no one. I just came there. People don't talk to you. People just, it's not like in Africa where people say hello to you. Hi, good morning. Even if they don't know you. Nobody, everybody's also stressed with their own life. Probably. I don't know no one. I was the only African person in that class. I didn't know nobody. As I was always at the back all by myself, I couldn't ask questions. But after class, I go to my teacher and I ask questions one-on-one. So that's so if you can't ask publicly in the class, while the class is going on, you can write your questions down. And after class, you can go ask your teacher. But I will encourage, like right now, if I were to do it all over again, I will ask questions in class. I was very quiet, but they thought I'm not a quiet person. I'm not quiet at all. But people assume, even sometimes when people look at me like she's so quiet, I'll be laughing. I'm like, you don't know me. I'm just always very quiet in an environment. I don't know anyone. I just maintain my steez and just sit in my corner and mind my business. So I feel like this will get the job done for you while you are preparing to go into nursing school and why you are in nursing school, and even when you are done with nursing school. Maybe you think about doing your master's degree, getting your doctorate degree. This is still the same thing for you to be successful in anything that you do. Remember, nursing school is not for the weak. I have never met any weak nurse. Anyone that went to nursing school came out, man, it's not for the weak at all. It's a lot of work. It is. So I commend you for starting your nursing school today. I commend you for preparing or thinking about it. I commend you for staying in school, and I commend you for finishing. And I know that you will come out great. Congratulations on passing your NCLEX in advance. See you guys next time.